everyday people? Did it say? Man, what it do, everyday people, man? So, this is crazy because it said my video got banned words from Twitch, so it can't be streaming over to Twitch, which is crazy because everything. I mean, these are basic words. Woman called her boyfriend cheating. Anyway, shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day. Man, I'm kind of confused on why Twitch ain't letting my stream go through. But we finna find out.
I bet.
Oh no, it's streaming. What it do, everyday people over on Twitch? Okay. Alright, so we is streaming. Okay. Well, I lied. Anyway, shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day. I got a wonderful video for y'all today. And I'm trying to open this damn stuff up. Anyway, I know I'm being loud, sounding like a rat in the damn, in the pantry looking ass. Hey man, what's going on, everyday people, man? Boy, I'm telling you, boy, your boy be going through it. You hear me? Y'all today. You hear me? I be going through it. Shout out to all the mods in the chat, man. Listen, Tay been bullshitting. Tay, we need that damn story time, okay? Tonight, it's going down. We ain't forgot, Tay. We ain't forgot. So we got a video. We gonna react to the video. Then I'm gonna tell Tay to call in, because what we playing for? Who else got a story time? I had a few people wanting to call in, but nobody hit me up on Instagram ready to call in. So we definitely gonna have a video tonight. Maybe we could do a call in tomorrow. Okay. Maybe, but no Tay calling in tonight. All right, well, let's get into this video, man. This woman is caught her boyfriend cheating, man. Let's get into it. I'm not finna hold you.
TikTok shadow banned me. Oh my gosh, I'm just posting all this content today and I'm getting 5 views. Imagine waking up out of your sleep and having the urge to go through your partner's phone and seeing a message that says, "The way you had me bent over in the mirror." Okay, story time. So I had just had my second child, and I don't know, we was both asleep at the time, and then I got the urge to wake up, and I had this eerie feeling like, I don't know, I knew something was off. So I decided to go through the phone. As soon as I opened up a phone, like a few minutes before I opened it, this girl had texted him, and she was like, "The way you had me bent over in front of the mirror," with some little emoji. My heart dropped to my ass. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, so I text her off his phone. I was like, when? Mind you, I just had my daughter a month prior. She said in August. It was September. She said August. Oh my gosh, I was pissed off. So I decided to text the girl off my phone. So I'm like, hey, this is such and such girlfriend, da da da. I'm trying to see what's tea. So she was like, girlfriend? Such and such with a girlfriend? Ain't no way. So I'm like, what the fuck? Mind you, this boy had been telling me, oh, these girls know about you. Everybody knows about you, da 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 da. Which I already knew he was lying. They know about me, but they don't know that I'm your girlfriend. You just lying to them. So, oh my gosh. So she started telling me everything he told her. The nigga was telling all my business to her. Telling her how my mama died and how my first child, the dad wasn't around, so he was just helping me out or something like that. I'm like, I was beyond pissed.
Pillow talking.
I was so
like
pissed and hurt because it's like, I've known this person my whole life. Like, that's who I thought was going to be my partner. So I'm just texting a girl, whatever. I leave it alone. I'm just thinking, like, I'm contemplating on what to do. So I get an idea. I'm like, okay. I screenshot the messages on his phone. I save it as his screensaver. And then I get my kids' stuff. I pack up a bag and I leave. Mind you, he has to get up for work shortly, so I think it was like a few hours. I'm pissed off. I got my newborn and my oldest daughter, and I go get in my car with my stuff, and I left. So he woke up. He's blowing my phone up. Mind you, I'm outside of the apartments. I just parked somewhere else. So he's saying how he's so sorry and he this and that. Oh, it was just this, blah, 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 blah. Oh my. The girl said the way you had me bent over in the mirror. Oh my. Imagine waking up out of your sleep. Part 3 coming in a little bit, but it's a few people, just a few.
Ain't no part
in my
2.
comments saying dumb stuff. Like,
I guess this is part 2, but ain't no part 2
right now. I don't need y'all advice. I don't need nobody's advice. I did exactly what I was supposed to do. It may have taken me some time, but I did exactly what I needed to do. So, no thank you on that. Another thing, we've all been through things. This started when I was 21. I'm 27 right now. Some of y'all need to calm down, especially the older crowd.
That's ain't no part 2
right now. Oh my God, don't do that. Why are you doing it? This would happen when you... I don't want to hear that. I got this. Y'all just enjoy the story time. Part 3 coming in a little bit, but... All right, part 3 before I get to work. So, I want y'all to keep the girl with the necklace in mind, because this is going to make sense at the end why everything played out the way it did. Not at all worried about this girl. Like, honestly, in the beginning, I felt bad for her because, like, I don't like when men mess over women. I don't care who it is. I don't like that. Like, don't mess over no woman. That's wrong. Do the right thing. So, he had told her, when we started talking, he's like, I'm going to be for real about this. Like, I'm going to do the right thing. I want to be with her. I'm choosing her. I'm not a pick-me at all. I don't care about stuff like that. But that was his thing. Like, I'm going to do the right thing. Now, where he made the mistake is he was still trying to have his cake and eat it too. So one day I think he had texted her. She was mad. At first she played it cool, like she was okay with it. But any woman with real emotions, you're not okay with that. The guy that you want to be with and the guy that you like is choosing another woman. You're not finna go for that. So, I guess she was upset, and he had texted her and said, so that not mine anymore. Oh my God, y'all. It was so many red flags, and I wanted to be with him. Not so bad, but I wanted to be with him, and I was so excited that we were finally moving in together. So it was just like, I was just looking over too much stuff. All right. Ladies, don't ever move with a man, and that is his first time staying by himself. Don't get in my comments talking about, oh, you should never move with a man if y'all not married. Realistically, ladies, do not move with a man, and he has never lived by himself. Big mistake I made. So I had already lived by myself a few times. Like, been there, done that. Him? No. And he's a mama's boy. So it just made the situation even worse. Okay, cool. So we end up moving together, and this was like a few weeks after everything had happened. And one day he randomly comes to me and says, guess who texted me? In my head, I'm already thinking, gotta be this girl. So I'm like, who? It's the girl. I'm like, oh, wow. What'd she say? Can we talk? You over it, but you ask him, can you... I already know. As a woman, I already know. Your feelings still involved. It's understandable, for sure. So, he making it seem like, oh, I don't have nothing else to say to her. Like, he didn't like how it happened. He don't like the mess and the drama, but you bringing all the mess and the drama to the table. Be for real. So, for a while, I guess he was mad at her, but I should have already known. I was excited, like, oh, okay, we done. He telling me the truth. He being open and honest with me. We're good. Big mistake. All right, part 3 before I get to work. So.
All right, so part 2, I found out she did a lot of, lip singing and chicken bringing, and was exposing too many people, so she had to put down part 2. But whatever, so we're gonna go to part 3. All right, well, we on part 4 now.
Okay, y'all, I'm gonna post the next few parts after this. Actually, I'm gonna finish the story time today. It's not that much more. Y'all gotta stick with me though. I need to clarify a few things because some people are a little lost. The first video that I made when I said it was a text message that said, the way you had me bent over in the mirror. That was a female that was texting him. It wasn't him texting another man. Like, y'all funny for that. But no, that was a female texting him. Also, the female that texted him that and the girl that wanted my necklace, 2 different females. Y'all gotta keep up, okay? Okay, now I forgot too, when I couldn't figure out like why the girl felt the need to come and say something to me. I remembered. So one day I was at his house. We had just got back together. I was at his mama's house and he was in the shower. He had his phone in his room. The girl called his phone. You gotta know I picked up that phone call. So she called, I answered, hello. She gonna say, I think she said, who is this? I told her who it was and she was like, why are you answering this phone? Cause I can. She was pissed. Cool, I don't care. So she called his mama. Now this, where it was just real messy, and I was so irritated. So she calling his mama, telling her everything that's going on, and da 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 da. So the mama downstairs talking crazy, like, oh, this is so messy. This is so. You need to be talking to your son. You're mad that I answered his phone, but not mad at how messy he's being. Y'all, so that's what made her say something to me about everything they had going on, because I answered his phone and she didn't like that. So she was gonna play cool and be side piece the whole time until she realized I answered that phone. That's what made her say something to me. Okay, what's next? And I guess her feelings was invested too. Mind y'all, this girl was never his girlfriend, ever. They just talked. They were talking. The mama let her move into her house. Now, mind you, we were actually in a relationship, and for a few months, I think it was like 2 months, I stayed with his mama so we could figure out our living situation. We were going to move in together. God was just showing me so many times, let it go, and I was not listening. Okay, so, yeah, I lived with his mom for like 2 months. This is when I left the necklace. But when I found out that the mama let the girl live with her too, I'm like, oh, so you one of them boy moms. I realized very fast who I was dealing with. You one of them boy moms. Okay, cool. So she was already in her feelings about that. And yeah, now I'm finna get into the next part. So y'all stay tuned. When we get to the end, I'm gonna have a few of y'all gagged. Because last but not least, y'all, I can laugh at this. Okay, y'all, okay, y'all, I'm gonna post the next few parts. A few of y'all gagged. Because last but not least, y'all, I can laugh at this now because it's been a year. It's been a year since me and this boy have been together. A lot of people are saying, did you leave him? Did you leave him? Yes. Now, I did go back a few times. I did. I take accountability for that. I did go back a few times. That was my own fault. We here now. I'm just telling my story. Relax. Okay, y'all, I'm going to post the next. Okay, y'all, this is part 4. So I left off saying how he told me that the girl texted him. He really tried to manipulate me by telling me she texted him so I could trust him. I already was up on game though. Like I already knew. First of all, this boy cannot leave nobody alone. He's not leaving nobody alone. That's a lot of men. But I'm already knowing. I'm not really saying nothing. It's like, okay, cool. You told me something. That was the first time he had ever told me, like,
she tried to put us all in a box.
He never tells the truth. So I was just like, okay, I felt a little bit trusting. So we living together. Cheating was not the only thing that was just like a big red flag. It was just so much. Like I said in a previous video, don't live with somebody that has never lived by themselves, because they don't understand the importance of responsibility and cleaning and helping, doing like I felt like I was doing so much by myself. Okay, so when we first got together, before all of this, me and his sister had a good relationship. She was very welcoming to me. His mama, I knew the lady didn't really care for me, but whoever her son bring around, she gonna welcome him in. Everybody, any female. So after we broke up, eventually like 2 years after the first time we were together, me and the sister, we did not get along anymore. She had sent me a long email about everything this boy was lying and telling her. Like, lying. He was lying so bad. And he was not just lying to her, he was lying to everybody. And I was just so hurt. And mad because it's like, why are you, if you're gonna tell something about me, tell the truth. But you making it seem like I'm just this bad person when you know you doing messed up stuff. So when we got back together the last time, I told him, I said, you need to correct this. You need to tell them the truth. What does he do? He says, I already did. I already talked to them. Lie. Big lie. He never corrected it. He never corrected it because he want to be seen as a good guy. Okay, y'all, this is part 4. So I left off saying how part 5. So I'm going through postpartum, first child. During my pregnancy, he treated me pretty good. Like, he catered to the things that I wanted and I needed. He was really good about that. Up until the point where the girl texts him. So as a woman, you can tell when something is off about your man. Like, you can you know when they patterns change. And me, I am going to call you out on your BS every single time. Every single time. So I'm just calling out stuff like, you doing this different, you doing this different. You know, at first you wanted this and you were showing so much love, attention, and now you got me and now you comfortable. That's the problem. He switched up. Okay, so what happened? I kept noticing pattern changes, and every time I noticed a pattern change, the first thing I thought, female, and I was absolutely correct. Every single time, it was always females. So I'm going through postpartum depression.
Man, I tell y'all all the time, when men get caught cheating, it's because we switch up. We change what we doing because we got a routine. And these women, they follow our routine. What are you doing? Okay, 10:15, he doing this. 11:30, he doing this. When he get home, he do this. As soon as we change up, oh, he got some new coochie. It be true, but whatever.
Depression. Never experienced that before. This was my first time. It was so hard. His mama was butting in so much, giving her opinion and being fake in my face, knowing she don't really care for me. Found out she said she was not happy about me being pregnant. I'm like, and you sitting in my face. Not only that, one day we at home, she calls him, and she says, I'm outside. I was so outdone because I'm going through postpartum depression. I don't like people just popping up at my house. Like, why do you feel comfortable enough to do that? I don't care that your son live here. You need to call in advance and say, hey, do you mind if I stop by and see my grandchild? No, she popped up. For one, I don't like people popping up because I like for my house to look a certain way before anybody comes to my house. My house is not going to be looking crazy. No. And he didn't understand that. So I had to explain to him the situation. He's like, okay, I'm going to talk to Okay, cool. So women, y'all understand that intuition, no joke. When I say I was having dreams of this man cheating, dreams on top of dreams on top of dreams, gut feelings. And I mean gut feelings, like deep in the gut. So every time I would look through the phone, and I only did it when I had a feeling. I didn't just do it. I only did it when I had a gut feeling or I had a dream. Every single time he was talking to females. And he would always say, these are friends. No. Fellas, if you have a friend, why are you talking about inappropriate things? That's not your friend. That's not a friend. Okay, so cool. So he was making everybody think that I just didn't want him to have friends. And these not friends. It's only one person, honestly, where I seen he was having a genuine friendship. Like, it was no talk about anything inappropriate. It was just cool conversation. Only one person out of, it had to be at least 20 females, our entire relationship, at least 20 different females, from texting, Instagram. Like, it was so much, it was ridiculous. So he has this friend that he was close with growing up, and this friend is a cheater. Now, they're both cheaters, but this friend, he's kind of loud with his. Like, he always getting called, he very loud with his, and he would always tell me about the friend being a cheater. In my head, why are you telling me about him being a cheater when you know you cheating too? So he tried to compare the situations, like, oh no, he be sleeping with these women. Y'all, the boy was playing in my face so much. He was playing in my face so much. So I'm like, okay, I'm already on game. Every time he would talk about this boy and he would tell me everything that he knew, he would come and tell me. The boy sleeping with this person. The boy done did this. The boy done did that. And then he would say, but the thing that about him is, you know, he cheating because he would go and buy the girl all type of stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, as much cheating as you doing, you don't do nothing for me. Like, so he catering to his woman. I'm not saying that's good, because I don't like stuff like that. Don't cheat on no woman knowing that you doing something on the side. Like, just be single.
Nah, that sounds that's a
so
good idea.
I'm going through postpartum. Okay, this is part 6.
If
so
you
I'm gonna give
cheat,
y'all
buy your
examples
woman a
of the
gift.
type of stuff that he would do that was just like, what the hell? So one day I was logged into his Instagram. He didn't know. And I'm looking at the messages. He's messaging some girl, and the girl says, kiss my, and he says, you gotta bend it over first. What? But would make it seem like he was not being like that. Like, he would make everybody think that, oh, she don't like me having friends. This was a friend or an associate. But you saying weird stuff like that. Weird stuff. Like, he's the type of person where you can say, oh, I'm finna get in the shower. And he'd be like, let me see something. Or, without me. Like, he didn't say nothing like that. I didn't see nothing like that. But that's the type of stuff that he would do. So, every time I'm looking at the messages and, baby, I'm going through the phone, the Apple Watch. And then, another thing is, he was the king of deleting.
Apple Watch is the devil.
But you think that shit got past me? It did not get past me. Baby, when I was having them gut feelings and them dreams and stuff, yeah, I would go through it. The stuff will be deleted, but I would always find something he left out. I think one day on his Apple Watch, I'm looking, this boy sending invisible ink. He's sending a nude. This is while I was pregnant too. A nude to a girl. And they just talking inappropriately. I'm like, bro, I can't win for losing. Mind you, I'm telling this boy, if you can't do right by me, leave me alone. I told him on so many occasions, if you cannot do right by me, just leave me alone. What did he do? He manipulated me. My fault again, because I should have known better. Like, he's not going to do right. It's like he made me leave him. He wasn't going to leave me. He didn't ever leave me. He made me do it. So I'm like, dang, that's kind of messed up. But, okay, cool. So now we're going to get into the girl texting him. So I'm noticing changes in his behavior and stuff like that, bringing it to his attention. He's like, oh, no, don't worry about this. It's just my mind been on my job, and that's why I've been a little different and da-da-da-da-da. You think I'm boo-boo the fool? Like, yes, I feel like some of that is true, but that's not just it. You entertaining other women. That's what he really was. So, so when a girl sent that, the best thing, I don't even know. I think I found that on Instagram, Twitter, or something, when somebody was like, they screenshotted the messages and saved it to the, as they wallpaper. That was the icing to the cake. That was a good one. So when he woke up, he was calling me and stuff. He was calling me and stuff. I wasn't answering. And this boy do not miss work. He is not the type of person that's gonna miss work. You better believe he missed work that day. He was trying to get me back in that house, and I was not going. So, I thought, I'm sitting there watching. I'm thinking that he left for work, and I go back in the house, and he see my car, but he don't come in. He sit outside. And I'm like, why is he sitting outside so long? He out there writing a damn letter. So he writing this super long letter of saying how he not this evil person that I think he is, and he's so sorry, and he was just having a moment or something like that, and he didn't mean to do that, and he just wasn't satisfied, and this and that, and this and that, and he loved me so much, and he just want his family. He bought flowers. Them flowers sat there. I think he bought a cake too. It sat there. I packed my stuff. Mind you, we're getting ready to move to our next place. So, once again, God is showing me so many signs, like, do not do it. And I'm so, first of all, it's a few reasons why I decided to stay. I had just had my daughter, going through the emotions, and I still loved him at the time. So, I went to my grandma's house. I think it was for maybe 2 weeks or something like that. And he just texted me, can you please come home? Can you bring y'all home? Da, 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 da. So eventually I went to go talk to him. The dumbest thing I could have did. I went to go talk to him, and
it's not the first dumb
this
thing.
is a nonchalant person too. So at first he cared, and then after that it was like, okay, whatever. You either gonna be with me or you're not gonna be with me. Okay. So after I think it was a few weeks, I gave him another chance. I know. I should have never did that. I know. Okay, this is part 6. So I'm gonna give y'all examples of the time. So before this happened, we had already signed a lease for a new apartment, and I called the apartments, told them don't worry about the lease, we wasn't gonna move there. And I had my friend come over at the time, and she helped me move my stuff to my grandma's house. So after that, got back with him. I know, dumb. I know, relax, I know. So we ended up applying for another apartment. Got the apartment, of course, and being there, everything was just still running through my head. Like everything that he had done, I knew that I couldn't let go of none of that. So that was already a sign that I needed to let go. But I made the decision before I left him. It was either going to play out like this. I was going to leave and stand on business and go through the hurt and the pain and just be done. Or I was going to stay until I hated him. Now, I know what y'all thinking, like, why would you want to stay? I needed to do that. I needed to do it that way. I needed it. That was the only way I was going to get over this person. First of all, I've known him since the 2nd grade. This was my 2nd grade crush, my 2nd grade boyfriend. I needed to do it this way. This wasn't no regular person that I had just met. No. It was just so much history behind it. And I know history don't even mean nothing. But for me, when you love a person that much, it was like, okay, I had to choose, and I needed to choose that option. I needed to stay because I had left so many times and ended up going back. So this time, I needed to stay until I hated him. Okay, cool. I'm already over him. Everything he do just irritate me. I don't want him to touch me. I don't want him to touch me at all. I'm not turned on by him. None of that. But I'm still noticing the pattern changes. Like, oh my gosh, when I say we lived like roommates, it was terrible. So he would be at home, he would be on the phone with his friends, his mama, his daddy. We barely even talking, but he would leave for work and now all of a sudden he want to talk to me. Weird. Not only that, we got kids. I'm having to put the kids on the phone. He not even calling and asking to talk to them. I'm putting them on the phone. So I'm like, you talking to females every single day, but you don't talk to your kids every day? Now, granted, he's not a bad dad. I'm not going to sit up and say like, oh, he a bad dad. But in my eyes, you could be so much better. I could be a better parent. But you sit up and you talk to females every day. You talk to your own parents every day, but you don't talk to your kids every day? You don't even check in on your kids? I would be the one putting the kids on camera. So I'm just like, all of it, I'm just over it. So he had expressed to me one time that he didn't like that I didn't want to talk to him when he was gone. But my thing was, you sit up and you talk to females all day long, and you think that when you leave, now all of a sudden you want to talk to me? When we living in the same house and we barely even talking. Like, we barely even talking. And then on top of that, you not helping with nothing. I'm cleaning up our room, our kids' room, the restroom, the kids' restroom, the kitchen, the living room. Every time this man will come home from work, when I say the house spotless, the only thing that I didn't touch is his room. And the reason is, when we moved into our first apartment, I cleaned his room one time. I'm thinking he gonna keep up with it, like putting everything in place. No. He come home the next day, the room, like the room junky. What the hell? I'm not finna keep doing that. So at the new apartment, I do the same thing. I organize everything. I get it clean, tidy. It's back dirty. Like, within a day, I'm like, what is going on? The boy never cleaned the room. And I'm not gonna say he's a dirty person. He just junky, and he did not have no responsibilities, and you could tell. So, yeah, the most that he would do is wash dishes, and he would wash clothes sometimes. Would not fold the clothes right away. He did not clean the kitchen. He would wash dishes. That was it. He didn't clean the kids' room, the kids' restroom, our restroom. He did not clean up. And I was just like, I was so disgusted. That's why I said, if this is a person's first time moving into a apartment, house, anything, don't move with them. They need to experience that so they can know the responsibility behind it, because it's not my job to go to work, take care of the kids, cook, clean, do this, do that, and all you got to do is go to work and come home. Like, it got to a point where I was picking up the kids from daycare after work while he was sitting at home, and I would have to tell him, like, that's not right. If you sitting at home, you need to go pick up the kids and drop them off. And then he started doing it. So we had that type of relationship where I had to tell him what to do for him to do it. So before this happened, we had already signed a lease for a new apartment. I know y'all probably thinking the cheating is what did it for me, that made me hate him. What really did it is him pillow talking and him lying on my name. Like, why are you telling people my mama died? Why would you tell people that? Like, why would you tell females that my mother died? My mother. Like, what did that have to do? What type of conversation could you possibly be having with a female to bring up the fact that my mom died? But he wasn't just telling my business. He was telling everybody's business. He would just randomly start talking about his sister business, his mama business, his daddy business. Like, he was so messy. He was so messy. But he didn't come to me talking about other women's business. He didn't do that. He only told my business to them. Like, what's your obsession, bro? Like, why would you do that? And then not even just that, you told them my mama died, but then you sat there and told my daughter's business. Okay, and then I noticed something weird too. One day, my brother called me to tell me he had cancer. I was distraught. Like, I was so messed up. Not only that, I was sitting in a room by myself when he told me this. And as I'm talking to him, I'm like, why you didn't tell me? This boy came and sat in my face as my brother told me that he had cancer. Sat there and watched and listened. I know y'all probably thinking the cheating is what did it for me. Okay, y'all, part 8. So I left off saying how this boy just really was not helping. And a lot of people are in my comments saying, like, his own room, like, y'all confused, and I get that. So when we moved together, he wanted a 3-bedroom. I wanted a 2-bedroom, but he wanted his own room because he had a lot of stuff, and that was his reasoning. I already knew that was a bad idea. Like, you did not need your own room because it was not going to go good. It was going to feel like roommates. Lo and behold, we living together. He in the room the whole time. That was the perfect place for him to text females. Like, if he was going to be texting and talking to females, it was going to be that room with that door closed. So when I say he stayed in that room, he stayed in that room all the time. And I used to tell him, like, we living like roommates and this is weird. And he kept saying, no, we don't. Like, no. He had every excuse in the book. Everything was fine and perfect to him. He was so happy and he was cool. He was content. And I'm like, how are you content living in a house with me and we don't even engage? We are not in a relationship for real. We just claiming that we're together and we living together. Like, it was BS. So I ended up pregnant with my son. And like I said, when I was pregnant with my son, I think that's the only thing that kept my mind right when I had my miscarriage back in, I think it was October of 2023. So this boy, he's still doing all the same thing, texting all these women, talking to all these women. And one of the main things I used to say is, like, when you be talking to these females, because, like, you don't talk to no female in front of my face. Anytime somebody would call him, and I know it was females for the most part, like, they would call him, oh, and he'll do this one thing. He'll say, oh, I'm going to call him back. In my head, I'm already knowing what's going on. Like, every single time, oh, I'm going to call this person back. Then I started feeling like he was making up names, like one of his friends' names and stuff. And just saying whatever. So, cool. Y'all, I was pregnant with my son, and it was still just terrible. This time, like I said, my second pregnancy, he really catered to me. This time, he didn't cater to me. Like, then I really feel like he just wasn't even happy. He wasn't happy with himself, so how would he be happy with another child? Not only that, if your family is going against you, that's going to make you feel like, dang, am I doing the wrong thing? It was his mama. His mama wasn't happy. And even if you're not happy for your child, don't sit there and be a negative Nancy. Like, You still have to uplift your child, period. And his mama just was not satisfied. And what does that give? You're in love with your son. Like, weird. So as time going on, I end up asking him, I was like, how do your mama feel about this? Because I want to know. Like, I'm the type of person, I want to have a good relationship with the family. Like, I'm family oriented, so I want to have a good relationship, but it just didn't work out like that. So I'm asking him how his mama feel about the pregnancy, and I'm asking him, how does your mama feel about me? Oh, my mama don't have a problem with you. She likes you. But then he tells me, oh, my mama asked me, are you a people's person? Why are you asking him if I'm a people's person instead of coming to me and asking me about myself? He can't tell you anything about me. He can't. Come to me, and if you want a real relationship, which she tried to make it seem like, she'll say stuff like, oh, I love you. You love me, and you talking down on me. You being weird to me. And then you playing both sides. That's weird. Like, I could never be that boy mom. Like, no. So, he's lying for his mom, of course. He was lying all the time to just save her. Like, all the time. So, I ended up finding out that his mama was not happy about my son. But once again, she started doing this fake thing like, oh, I'm not happy about this girl being pregnant, but oh, that's my grandbaby. I love my grandbaby so much. How do you love your grandchild so much, but you are so upset that they coming into this world? Like, is it me that you're upset with? I don't understand. So, yeah, I gotta get back to another part. Hold on, y'all. Okay, y'all. Part 9. Okay, so I'm picking up that his mama really don't care for me. Like, she playing in my face. She really don't care for me. This boy is not being honest because I'm asking him how she feel and stuff. Even though I know, I just still want to see, like, let me know what's up. Like, don't bring me around your people knowing your people don't like me for real. And they don't even have a reason not to like me. That's the crazy part. But tell me why I'm pregnant with my son. This lady tells him your son name should be his name. She said your baby name should be my ex's name. First of all, I'm carrying the baby. Why would I be naming my son after a cheater? Not only that, I don't even feel like this boy should have the name that he has. And I'm not going to get into that because I don't do stuff like that. But I can go into details about why he should never even have the name that he has. So why would I name my son after him? A cheater, somebody that I know, like, I already know this ain't finna last. So I'm not naming my son after you and then have to call my son your name. I'm not doing that. So she just going off at the mouth, but she not saying nothing to my face. She just saying everything to him. So I end up telling her how I feel. Like, I'm going on and on and on. Like, you out of line. Like, don't do that. Don't sit up and play in my face and then have a problem behind my back. So when I started speaking up to her, she was like, first of all, something. Now we finna go at it. And I'm not a disrespectful person whatsoever, but I don't like people playing in my face. And this lady played. Okay, cool. So I'm already knowing it's weird. He still invited me to his mama house, and I'm just like, bro, you are weird all the way around. Like, even if you wanted us to have a relationship or anything, you should have mended it. You should have corrected the whole situation. Not only that, you should have told your mom to stay in her place. Whatever I decided to name my child was my business. I'm the one carrying that baby. And then she tried to make it seem like I wasn't giving him an option. Like, and it wasn't that. But again, this person is dogging me out. Why on earth would I want to name my son after him? Like, genuinely. To make him happy? To make y'all happy? No. And I don't want my son to be anything like you. So why would I want to name my son after you? Not only that, this boy is a third. Why do I have to name my son a fourth? No. It's time to let that go. I'm sorry. I don't care. So I'm already just irritated because he not correcting his mama. He feels some type of way, but he not really saying nothing. And then he being weird and messy. So all around, I'm irritated. I'm irritated with him too. So now we finna get into the good part of why I really left him alone. Part 9. Okay, so I'm picking up that his mom. Part 10. Hopefully this is the last part. Oh, y'all, it's been a year since this happened. A year. Okay. So, intuition telling me everything. I'm having dreams, all of that. All throughout the relationship, God is telling me, leave this boy alone. Did not listen. Did not listen. Did not listen. Did not listen. Okay. We get to June of 2024. One night. We already in a bad space, but whatever. No, we already in a bad space. I'm sleeping on the couch, pregnant. I'm pregnant. I'm sleeping on the couch. He's allowing me to sleep on the couch. Now, normally he would sleep in his room on his little on his couch. And I would be like, that's weird for you to sleep on this couch and not get in the bed. And he'd be like, oh, I was just tired. I end up falling asleep, whatever. And I'm like, that's weird. But when I'm not feeling him and I'm like, I don't want you around me, that's when he ready to get in the bed. I knew I was over him. One of the reasons is because you allowing your pregnant girlfriend at the time to sleep on the couch. If you knew I wasn't messing with you, you should have got on the couch and said, you know what? You have the bed. I'm going to get out your space. That boy slept in that bed peacefully while my pregnant behind was on that couch. I was too outdone. Like, I was so outdone. But anywho, one night, I decided to get in the bed this night. And I'm asleep. He ended up getting in the bed. Whew. Y'all, I jump up out of my sleep. Why? I'm having a dream. Guess what the dream is? The dream is, and I remember it so vividly because, like, God was really speaking to me. So, the dream was, it was me, a girl, and him in the car. Now, the girl, he knew her, but I knew of her. Follow me. I knew of the girl, he knew her. And in the dream, we lived in the same apartment. Like, it was very similar. Like, we had a townhome style apartment. And for whatever reason, I got out the car and he was supposed to get out the car. Like, she was dropping us off at home and he was basically like, I'm gonna be up in a minute. I don't know. I'm dreaming. So I go in the house. I'm taking a shower. Get out the shower. He not back in the house. Y'all, in the dream, I go outside. I look in the car. The car is like a black truck and the windows are tinted. But I look inside the car. Him and the girl are having S.E. Y'all, I jumped up out my sleep so fast. My heart racing. My heart was racing so bad. And I just knew. I said, got to see what that's about. God was talking to me. Y'all, I'm discombobulated, but I'm like, I gotta go through his phone. He knocked out sleep. I'm going through the phone. I don't see nothing. I'm like, I put the phone down because I'm like, I'm tripping. I know I'm tripping. I don't see nothing. I'm tripping. Even though he deletes stuff, but no. I put the phone down. I go lay back down. Y'all, my heart is racing. Y'all, my heart is racing. Something is telling me to go back through that phone. I kid y'all not. Something is telling me, go back through that phone. I start going through the phone again. I'm looking everywhere. I'm like, where else can I look? Oh, another thing. He has 2 phones. Not 1, 2. So I'm going through everything. I'm looking. I'm like, I don't see nothing. Why I go to Cashapp? Something told me to go to Cashapp. Y'all, guess who he is Cashapping back and forth? The girl that asked for my necklace that he was not talking to no more. And guess what one of the messages said in the Cashapp? He had sent her $20 for something and he said, you better show out. You can only think of what that meant. Y'all, when I seen that, it was so much peace that came over me. Like, my heart was racing at first. It completely stopped. I felt so much peace. Like, oh my gosh. God was trying to show me and I found it. And I felt so, from that day forward, I did not care no more. Like, I was good. Of course, I woke him up. Normally, I would be rah, 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 rah. Nope. I politely woke him up. I asked him about it. He made it seem like something totally different. Like, oh, it's not like that. And, oh, I'm like, when did you start back talking to this girl? Because it had been almost 3 years and I knew nothing. But the disrespect, like, why would you start back talking to this girl that did all of that? Like, why would you risk your family for this? So he started telling me, oh, what happened was the girl went to jail and he was helping her bond out. That's why he was sending cash apps back and forth, because she owed him money. Why are you bonding somebody out of jail? You bonding this girl out of jail. And then, even if you was doing something so helpful, the proper thing to do would have been like, hey, this is what's going on. I want to be helpful. Y'all. So, we just having a conversation about it. Like I said, I had so much peace after I seen it. Once I seen it, I was so at peace. Like, the Lord literally gave me all the peace that I needed. Because normally, I would go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. This time, I didn't want to talk to him. I didn't want to be around him. I did not like him. I was disgusted. So I went back on the couch. Cool. Normally he know that I would not talk to him for a while and I would just come back around. This time, I didn't say nothing to this boy. It was the first week I was like, I still haven't thought about it. Like, I'm so cool. And that's when I started to realize I was really over the situation. Like, I ain't say nothing to him. I would walk past him. I would do what I have to do. I wouldn't even be like mad. I would just keep it pushing. So in his head, he thought like, oh, she always do this. She'll come back around. Like, we always go through this. Baby, I didn't have nothing else to say. I was quiet as a mouse. I didn't say nothing, barely anything about the kids. Like, that's how quiet I was. Okay, cool. So, y'all, I think 2 weeks had passed. We still not talking. Still not talking. I walk in the house one day. He got some flowers. And he saw me walk by. And I didn't walk towards him. I walked in the room. He walked towards the kitchen. I seen the flowers. He sat them down on the table. Y'all, them flowers sat right there. I was not fucking around. Them flowers sat right there. So I know he was like, dang, like, she really ain't. I was not messing around. Like, this time when I say I felt so much peace, because I was trying to figure out, like, when did you start back talking to this girl? Like, what? I'm in the blind. So whole time, the friend I told y'all about that do all the cheating, the girl that wanted my necklace, she asked the friend to go to his gender reveal, and I was at the gender reveal. So the boy reached out to my ex and said, hey, is it okay for such and such to come to the gender reveal? And he gonna say no. Like, it was so messy and like, niggas be sad and sick. But the girl knew the whole time and she was still trying to play it cool. Like, you weird. You are weird. Not only that, y'all, when I found out, I was being nosy. I go to her page. Why she have on the same uniform that this boy be having on? I'm already putting two and two together. Why y'all have on the same uniform? Why does this boy put her on the job? Y'all, I was too outdone. But like I said, I had so much peace over me. Like, I was genuinely over it. I was pregnant. I was in my 3rd trimester. I knew right then and there, like, you wasn't coming in a delivery room with me. I don't want you around me. I don't want you to talk to me. Because you weird and you knew what you was doing. But you sat up and you played like, oh, she crazy and she be tripping. She toxic. No, you are a manipulator and you sick and you evil. And you gonna have to answer to God. Part 10. Hopefully this is the last part.
Well, if we had 10 parts of delusion, that was part number 10. Yo, that was crazy. I mean, as a reformed cheater, he was making all the wrong mistakes. And well, I mean, it was all mistakes, so everything he did was wrong. But she played into it. She let him do it. She kept giving him a pass. God, I can't get it. You know what? I wish I could cheat on a girl and she'd be like, you know what? Let's have another baby. Another one? You want another baby after this? Man, Come on, man. Oh, that's why I don't be messing with no dummies. You know what I'm saying? Once I cheat, they gone. They be like, I can't stand that Negro. I be like, all right, try this again. Anyway, y'all full of crap. Anyway, Tay, we got a story time. I'm finna send Tay the number. Tay, you better call in and tell us why you mad. I'm gonna send it to your Instagram. But anyway, so situation is, man, she should have left this guy alone a long time ago. Like that was just ridiculous for them to go through all this. I mean, come on now. Are you for real? Like, to have another baby by him, his mama crazy. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? You know what's crazy is when she was saying something about talking to the mama and stuff like that and trying to get some straightening. Man, I didn't had, women try to manipulate my mom into making me out to be a bad person. I'd be like, what? Or even manipulating to make it seem like my dad didn't raise me right. You do what? Wait, hold on, wait. I did all the cheating on my own and it had nothing to do with that person. You know what I'm saying? Now, my dad is a man of many kids, but that ain't had nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? So, when I say I come from a long line of cheaters, I'll be lying. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say about this. I could just say one thing I could say is she tried to stick with her relationship, but this is somebody that she loves since second grade. So I can see why she's so delusional about leaving this man. Like she actually loved him since the second grade. Man, when you find a woman that loves you this much, she'll damn near do anything. But if you keep doing her wrong, eventually her heart is gonna harden. And I think that's what happened. But put it like this: the next man or any other man, she not gonna love like this. She not gonna put up with this type of stuff because she don't have that type of love for him. You can meet a girl and a girl will be like, okay, I need you to buy me this or buy me that. Instantly, she don't love you. If she asking you to buy her stuff and take her out and feed her kids and all this extra stuff, she don't love you. She won't. She don't even like you. She want to see what you gonna do for her because there's a man that she likes that gets to bust it down for free, and she calls him whenever she need to be fixed. And she don't even want to be with that man. She just infatuated with him, and her infatuation makes the sex good, and it gets her nice and ready, and that's what she like to do. But for you, she wants to see how you can change her life. So that's why women, they get with simps that they be like, or not even simps, just they get with guys that they think that can put them in a better life, long term longevity situation where they could, you know, marry or whatever. But they'll deal with I'm not infatuated by him. The sex is mediocre, and all this other stuff. They'll deal with that because they think that this man is a decent man. And then if the man cheat on her or whatever, then it's so easy for her to pack up and leave because she never liked you anyway. She liked a nigga that can just come and give her some because she always liked him. So when I tell y'all, yeah, when a woman really like you, you don't really have to do much for them, and they'll put up with almost anything from you. And that's a fact. So, I hope, yeah. It's kind of crazy. It's crazy to understand that. But if a man really like you, like there's men that will give you money because you got a coochie. There's men that will give you money because they like the attention that you give them, and say they might even have a woman and they'll give you attention because they like the attention that you giving them versus the attention that they woman give them at home. But if you're dating a man, if you're just getting to know a man and starting to date him, and if he really like you, he'll give you stuff with intention. If he just want to sleep with you, his intention is to sleep with you, nothing else. He won't give you stuff in the fact that he love you. He'll just give you stuff based on, hey, I'm gonna try to get this coochie. But if he but if he like man, how to say this? If a man don't like you, if a man well, if a man like you, if a man like you and he not that in love with you yet or nothing, he won't give you nothing. He gonna act broke. He gonna be like, yeah, I just don't got it. And then, but you're not that caliber of woman to be like manipulative, not like caliber. You're not a manipulative enough woman to get money. Now, get money out of him. Now, one thing women be saying is, oh, so and so he tricked this, he tricked that, he'll pay. It's nothing wrong if you like a woman. It's nothing wrong with doing something nice for her. And if you want to, go for it. Just even try because you never know. If you want to buy her lunch. So what? What's the worst that could happen? Y'all stop talking? Well, at least it was just lunch. I mean, it's not nothing. You want to take a girl out on a date to a nice place? Do it. It's not bad. It's not bad that you want to treat a lady. But the one thing that is bad is you don't know if she like you. If she don't like you, she gonna take that dinner date and she gonna see what other stuff she can squeeze out of you until if she don't like you. But if she like you, man, she gonna be on your bumper. It don't matter where you take her. It don't matter. It don't matter if you. This is what I say, guys. Man, listen to me. Listen to me well. And women, y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna be like, oh, okay, he makes sense. But find a decent restaurant that's not like a hole in the wall, but just a good enough place that a lot of people don't frequent. My thing is find a Peruvian restaurant. Peruvian restaurants are everywhere, but it don't be a bunch of people in there. So you find one, they got delicious ass meals. You put her on to something new. Now you could do this to every woman you date, cause none of them eat Peruvian food. They eat McDonald's and Chick-fil-A. That other than that, they don't. So you could take every chick to this Peruvian restaurant, and all of them gonna bite. They're gonna be like, oh, he took me to his special spot. Yeah, it's special. But mind you, at least the food good. But then it's quiet enough for y'all to have a conversation and get to know each other, and you ain't spending a bunch of money out your pocket. That's all I'm saying. We ain't in to spend a bunch of money. We just want to have a good time. And if you're not down to have a good time, then, you know. Here's another thing. Now, I'm lactose intolerant, so I just can't eat ice cream anymore. But I know a good ass ice cream spot. And the ice cream spot is in the side of town where everybody's out and about and walking around. Go find that spot. If you want to treat a lady, you want to see if she like you. Take her to the ice cream spot. Okay? Take her to the ice cream spot. Listen, y'all might be looking at me like, oh, this nigga. No, I'm for real. I'm for real. Women, I don't know how women treat their men, but I'm gonna just tell you this. Um, if you if you want to know how a man like you, first of all, don't ask him to pay your bill or nothing like that. But if he really like you, you know, you don't be upfront about stuff. Cause then if he really like you, he gonna help you if you in a situation. But if you upfront with it, like, hey, shit different, brother need to make, or women, sister need to, I got these kids over here, uh, child support ain't hit, or my food stamps ain't hit, or my rent is that whatever, or don't say rent, say like my faucet broke, what I'm saying? Just, man, this is how you know a man like you. Say your faucet broke, or your bathroom shower head. If he go get you a shower head and you put that mug in, he like you. And that's where you got to start. Don't start with talking about your rent. You got to start with something simple. Start with something simple. You know what I'm saying? Take him to Target. Be like, I got to pick up some stuff from Target. So you go to Target, you buy a bunch of stuff, but buy the stuff that you like. He gonna be walking with you. Don't ask him to pay for it, but buy the stuff that you like and be like, go buy something that you really, really like, but you like, I'm not gonna buy this right now because I'm here for a specific thing. But go buy that so he can see what it is that you really, really like. If this dude really, really like you, he gonna go back to Target and buy whatever he was looking at and bring it back to you. That's how you know a man really, really like you. Don't be asking him, oh, I want a 5-star restaurant, or I want to. Nah, do some basic shit and put his mind to the test on how you feel and what your interests are. And if that man really like you, he gonna pay attention to the things that interest you, and he gonna. She said trips and planes. Look, that nigga gonna leave your ass on red. Don't ask a man for trips, planes, and all. No. Unless that's his thing. Don't do that. That won't even work on a man who really got it like that. You know what I mean? The smoke detector test. If you take a man to your house, but don't just take men to your house. I'm gonna just say, if a man call your phone and he hear that beep, you be like, if he say, hey babe, we need to change that smoke detector. Can I show you how to change it? Or, you have to get your big ass up there on a damn step stool or whatever. And I told y'all a story a long time ago about a girl. I know that she was like 6'2" or something. She reached her big ass, so she could change the smoke detector without using a stepper. That's for all them girls who be like 5'2", 5'1". That's why they can't change it, because they only 5'2". But if you got a girl that's like 6'1", take it. But they dumb as a box of rocks, so they don't even. Oh, I didn't even know this had a battery. Girl, what you think it ran off of? Love looking ass. It's okay. I'm just telling y'all the truth. Sometimes y'all don't want to hear it. I guess Tay ain't calling in with his crazy story. We need that story, Tay. Anyway, if y'all want to tell a story, next Friday I'm doing story time. Actually, I think I'm doing a story time Monday. Somebody got a story time Monday, so shit might get real. Look at all these women in here. I'm 5'2", I'm 5'4". Y'all little bitty hands. Over here looking like the Rumpelstiltskin. Yeah, y'all can't reach nothing. Y'all ain't seen the top of y'all refrigerator ever, okay? Yeah, that's the only house you'll see where women don't have stuff on top of the refrigerator. Most people keep cereal boxes and stuff on the refrigerator. Short women, nothing on top of the refrigerator. There ain't even nothing in the top shelf in the cabinets. You know how most people put like stuff you rarely use in the top cabinet. You know, the stuff from like Thanksgiving and stuff like that. Short women, nothing. Nothing at the top. And if there is something at the top, that stuff ain't been touched for years. Stuff ain't been touched for years. That's funny. Shout out to all the short women though, man. We love y'all. You know what? You know another thing about short women is like when short women drive your car and you try to get in your car, you be like, God, man, at least put my seat back down. Short women, they gotta adjust everything in your car. The seat, the rear view mirror, the side view mirrors. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. Short women, they come and take over your life, right? It ain't nothing like a short woman. And then they be like, when short women, they be cooking and their arms all little and stuff like that. They be cooking and they try to feed you some food. They be like, come eat it. You be trying to blow it. It be hot and you trying to bend over. You know what I'm saying? Short women, they love to feed you because they want you to bend to them. Like, bow to your master. Like Lord of the Rings looking thing. You know what I'm saying? I love short women. It's okay to be short. Short women will destroy your couch. Or oh no. Oh, by the way, my niece, her baby, so she's staying around the corner. Cause she due any day now. And so we're gonna have twins any day now. She around the corner. So we're gonna have her back soon with babies. Okay? So shout out to you for pointing that out. Thanks, Phoenix. I appreciate it. I'll let her know people be asking about her. Shoot, yeah, we having a baby. We having twins. Yeah. Anyway, I'm thinking about having about a couple more myself. You know what I'm saying? Why not? You know what I'm saying? Once you fail, just start over. You know what I'm saying? Start over. Have another baby. Who got a story to? Anybody got a story to tell? Okay, since Tay ain't gonna call in, I'm gonna give y'all a chance to call in. Tell us why you mad. We got a little bit of time. It's still early. I got another story time I wanted to show y'all, but I don't know if we should go on this live or not. You one and done. Shit, we trying to have some kids right here. I got 5. Started. Man, shit. Yeah. Quee. All right, hit the phone line. Quee got a number. Who is Quee? Where's she at? I don't see her. Yeah. Queen. Oh, Queen got a story. Hey, shout out to everybody who got a story. Do I need to give y'all a story time? Y'all gotta hurry up because it's almost time to go pick up my kid. Yeah. All right, here we go.
To accept, press 1.
Hey, what it do, man?
What it do, cuz I'm
All right, how you doing?
I'm living life, man. Finally get it taught to you, you know what I'm saying? Sent a few emails, we done talk back and forth and stuff.
All right, yeah,
But
yeah.
well yeah, man, I just commenting on the situation. Homeboy was looking for a mother. He had a mother figure, you know what I'm saying? And she was participating, so he was celebrating, you know what I mean? And it's a
Yep.
jacked up situation because she wanted a man, but she didn't know how to recognize a man.
Well, she,
You
well,
know?
she she was in love with him since the second grade.
Yeah.
So,
Again, if well, I'm not sure what her home situation was like, but if she had a man in her life, she would know that how men conduct themselves. And
mm-hmm,
I ain't talking about boys and men's bodies. I'm talking about men. You did.
mm-hmm.
Uh, Men take care of their perfect. Ain't nobody perfect in the flesh. However, um, there are certain rules and regulations that we will follow to show that we are worthy of leading versus following, if that makes sense.
Right, right. So, about the situation where when she moved in, she said never moving with a man that never lived on his own because he wouldn't clean up. He would wash the dishes, but that's about it. What's your take on him not cleaning up after himself or the house in general? Just
I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Because again, it goes back to me saying he was dealing with a mother figure. So, all right, case in point, right? Years ago, in my time, if I had not been on my own and learned how to take care of myself by myself, and I had somebody doing for me all the time, people get comfortable in certain situations, if that makes sense.
yeah.
You feel me? Now, to take care of yourself or know how to take care of yourself, sometimes we gotta be put into situations to figure it out. But generally speaking, I would think that don't nobody want to live in a pigsty.
Mm-hmm.
But because homeboy had her and she was doing it, like I seen a video on YouTube. It was a short, and dude was like, "Hey, every time I leave something out, I leave trash out, it just mysteriously disappears." He was living with a woman that was cleaning up behind him instead of him cleaning up after himself. Like, I ain't gonna put nothing on my woman to make it harder for her. When I, you know what I'm saying? If ain't no dishes in the sink, I ain't about to put a dish in the sink and be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Go clean that.
Mm-hmm.
You dig what I mean?
Yeah, I think like, well, so I was raised for one. I had my mom and dad in the same home. Plus, it was like it was like uh, it was four and five of us at at times. Like sometimes most of the time it was like four of us, and then it was like five of us living in the same house. So we all
Right.
had chores. And
Yeah.
that was like the thing. Like my dad would come home tripping if we didn't get our chores done. Bro, he'd wake us up at like 3 o'clock in the morning to do chores. He wouldn't tell us when he came home. He'll wait till our ass is sound asleep. And he might have a drink and be like, you know what, fuck these kids. They need to get up and clean up.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know.
Because he was, what, I don't mean to cut you off, bro. But what I was going to say is what he was teaching is responsibility and accountability. Like, if we don't teach our children young to handle responsibilities when they get older, it's not something, it's a learned behavior. I'll put it that way.
Right.
You feel me? So as parents, we need to do a better job in teaching our children responsibility and not let them just run amok. Just my opinion. However people run their household, so be it. But my stepdaughter, 'cause like I said, I used to be I'm a reformed dirtball.
Shout out to the reformed dirt balls out there.
Hey man, shit. But check this out. When I say I'm a reformed dirtball, right? I spent 19 years with a woman, and I knew she wasn't mother material. I don't have any children. I have a baby on the way now, and I'm 46 years old. You dig?
Yeah.
Because one thing that I was taught is, man, your seed is special. You can put it in any womb you want to. But if you're not here, how would that woman take care of y'all children? You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So I was never one to just be, don't mind, I mean, I used to get it in, but, you know, nah, I'm not about to just drop my seed off in you and be like, yeah. But going back to your question, learned responsibilities is something that has to be done when the children are young. Because if we don't do that as parents, we're going to have the video that we just watched. All he did was what? Wash dishes. He walking over dirt clothes. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he knew how to wipe his ass properly and he had shit stains in his drawers. But she was cleaning that stuff up. Man, listen.
Yeah.
If you are a man and you want somebody to follow you, you need to be able to show and lead by example, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think, man. Well, I've always been a clean person, but I think as we get older, you know, we already have our ways. So when somebody come in and they not as clean as us, you know, that throws your whole. Cause some people not raised like that. So if you got you got a girl that's messy, and then you be like, yo, hey, you know, like when your clothes come out to lunch, cause my stuff is hung up, you know what I mean? But or
right,
pants folded or whatever the case may be. Stuff is where it need to be.
But
if somebody come in and they not as clean as that and clean as you, and they starting to move something, and you be like, man, hey, but maybe older me is like, hey man, you gonna pick this shit up? Like, what is you doing? But like,
it throws off the balance.
But younger me would have been like, it would have made me form into the person that they are, cause now I'm just doing laundry and putting stuff in a basket and leaving it for days. You know, not really pick. So you kind of like feed off the energy that's in your face. And so as a leader, if you're not trying to get that person in line and that person just not clean, it's never gonna work out. Because
I agree with that.
not just on the relationship side. It's just gonna cause turmoil and make you every day you gonna be miserable about some stupid shit. And then you're
Yeah.
like, why are you mad? Because you're not cleaning up or after
And that's what
yourself.
goes back to, communication. Like for me, what I had to learn is the basis of any relationship, whether it be a man dealing with a woman or even your homeboys. Like, don't let that shit sit up inside you and you pissed off, but you ain't gotta be yelling and screaming about you mad because somebody did something, right?
Yeah.
Like if somebody, it's just going back to the P days. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's the G at the end of that P, right? So going back to that, like if a woman acting out of pocket and you need to check that early. Don't let that shit linger and you let that build up and you build up a dossier on this person to where you got a whole laundry list of the stuff you upset with, and then all of a sudden one day you will explode. Nah, hell no. Check that in the beginning. Get that shit up off your chest. Because if not, it's going to turn into phlegm, and phlegm causes mucus, and mucus is an issue in health. So, nah, fuck that. Have a conversation with the person. You feel me? Don't sit there and be in your head, man. They don't know what you thinking. And if they can't get with what you're communicating to them as far as a clean household, shit, cut that shit off. It's that simple. It's that simple. You know,
Yeah.
and for me, the scriptures say, it's better for a man to sit in the corner of a roof than to deal with a brawling woman. I think that goes for women too. Like you sitting there dealing with a brawling man, that all he got to do is complain. He kind of feminized to me, but if you doing the right thing, so
Yeah.
real talk, like
What I think is a lot. What I see from a lot of these story times is that there's a there's a pattern of men that aren't taking on, you know, the traits of what a man would do. Like women be like, I need a man who's good with his hands. Like not just saying I want you to build me a house, but damn, if the sink gets stopped up or the toilet gets stopped up um, or the lawnmower don't work, I need you to have some type of recollection of what to do next, rather than just chalk it up to the game and be like, oh no, I can't fix it, or even paying for some. If you can afford to pay somebody to fix something, that's all good and dandy. But if you could show a woman that you're able, oh, the lawnmower not starting. Well, I know what to check: the spark plug, the filter. You know what I'm saying? Clean off some stuff, or check the oil. Like if you don't know how to do that, then you pretty much you losing your woman, and she gonna look out and see her friend. Oh, my man, he doing this, and then she gonna resent you lightweight without telling you. And yeah, that's that shit gonna build up on her end. Like, man, this nigga don't know how to do nothing.
and
Every
I
time.
agree with that. I agree with that, but I also, well, however, I won't say but because that negates everything I said prior to that. However, what I will say is, even if that brother is not handy like that, you need to have connections to know, like, if it's an issue that your woman needs taken care of, you need to be able to figure that out ASAP.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't do it, you need to be able to make a phone call to get that fixed.
Yeah.
Because that goes like what you just mentioned. It goes back to the pool boy thing, right? You got housewives that's at home bored, and the pool guy comes through, and he cleaning the pool. Next thing you know, it's a baby running around. They got hair that don't match yours. And
Mm-hmm.
you trying to figure out why you got a baby that don't, look like you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and it's like if you not able to fix it, she's gon' she gonna get on Facebook and put a post out. Who need to? Man, I saw something. I saw something was like, if your woman got if your woman got a ass to what shit was it? It said if your woman got a ass to do something, what does she got a man for? I forgot what it was. I don't. Or if your woman got to borrow money, what she got a man for? That's what it is. That's pretty much. But that's without saying not just money. But if your woman got to ask another man for something, then what do you have a man
What she
for?
got you for? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get what you're saying.
So she got
And
to.
and the crazy part about that is, right, if she was dealing with the right type of man, again, not a boy in a man's body, but the right type of man, she go to her man, he gonna figure that out. Because as men, like I take it, it bothers me when a woman says, "Oh, my man ain't shit. My man ain't doing these things," right? And the reason why it bothers me is, why did you choose that man? Because obviously he showed you that prior to you calling him your man. So I would implore women to choose wisely, marry before you carry. Take your time when you dealing with these folks, man. And then not only that, right? If I'm not just putting this all on women either. Men need to do better as becoming men. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
case in point, you mentioned a lot. You a ex-cheater, you woo. I commend that because I'm in that same club. You know what I'm saying? I might be the president, but we recognize our faults, right?
Yeah.
And we trying to do better. You dig what I'm saying? And within doing better, we become better as men.
Mm-hmm.
Now we can teach our daughters, we can teach our sons, especially our sons. Like, look, if you're gonna do something, do it to the best of your ability, and to consider yourself a man. Cause like my godson, he's 17, and I don't call him a boy. I call him a man in training because I put him through the gauntlet. You did.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to prepare him for not only his wife, I'm preparing him for life, period. Because life don't care nothing about what you're going through. Either you're going to figure it out or you're going to cry like a little punk. And we ain't having no punks around here. You did.
Mm-hmm.
So me reaching out to him and you know, I share stories with him and, you know, stuff like that. I'm like, look, man, focus on, you don't necessarily have to go to college. College is a great thing. Higher education is a great thing. However, it ain't for everybody. But you at least need to learn a trade. Be handy. And this goes back to the question that you, or the statement that you made about, you know what I'm saying, being able to do something with your hands. Like, be handy. Be
Mm-hmm.
useful. Be useful. You feel me? If you ain't useful,
You're useless.
woman ain't gonna respect you. Yeah, you useless. You absolutely correct. So I made it. I made a comment in the chat, and I said that. Well, I put in Ecclesiasticus from King James Version. If a woman take care of her husband, she becomes impudent and angry. Any woman that's taking care of her man will eventually become angry. if you're not doing your part, because we all have roles. Fuck what everybody talking about. Roles. Oh, I got a problem with that. Or places. Men has so many things where they say, oh, a woman's place, a woman's place. My dude, you have a place as well. So be in your place, and it's more likely than not a woman will be in her place. But so many times, or in this era, men are not in their place, so women take on that masculine energy, and unfortunately, it is what it is. Roles are reversed. Now she running the household, and as much as the dude would go around his homeboys like, yeah, I got her doing this, that, and the third. Nigga, you the one with the skirt on, not her.
Man,
She wearing the pants.
have you ever been with a woman that has been in a relationship like that where she had to wear so many hats, and then she come into a relationship with you and you trying to tell her like chill out, like sit back?
I'm in it now. And the crazy part about that is, to me, it's a blessing to be able to help calm her and to be able to see, like, to really see a woman that's relaxed is a beautiful sight.
Mm-hmm.
In a relationship, let me say that. Like, to have my woman relax. And I pay attention to her so much, even when it's almost a trigger about to pop off. And I'm like, babe, you should have went through this even before we got together. You should have got some resolution, some help with this, maybe through therapy or something like that. But however, since you didn't, I'm here. Let me show you this. This is how I maneuver. And to her, it's like, damn. And so now, before we was in a serious relationship, I'll put it that way. So before we were like serious, and I would see little things, and I'm like, God damn, what the hell you done been through? Even asking a question, when we started talking, what you know what I'm saying? How was your past relationships? That shit used to trigger her.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yo, how am I supposed to help you if I don't know what you done been through? Well, there's been men that will ask that same question and then try to use it against me. I respect that. I understand that. I had to literally become a therapist in our relationship. But prior to that, I had to work on myself to make sure that I was capable to deal with those circumstances.
Yeah.
That's why I said I used to be an ex-dirt ball. You did.
Man, I believe it because I've been down through there. But then, like when I realized that I had a woman that was worth not doing wrong,
Kick to the curb, yeah.
Yeah, now then at that same time, I'm trying to rewrite history with everything that I done already did. So, and that ain't the first time, but that was just one of the times. But it's just like
it just led you to be who you are now, though.
Mm-hmm. Now I just don't
because
wanna,
they had to take a spark.
Yeah. Now I just don't want to. I don't even want to start off that way. But actually, man, really, yeah, it don't matter. It don't matter now, but just the fact of learning how to treat a woman and then understanding where you can do better in your next relationship. That's why I tell every woman I date, I be like, well, you gonna get the better part of me because every woman before me got the worst. or I had to
Fact.
learn. Now I know everything that happened. Like even with my marriage was like 15 years ago. According to the T page, I'm married, but it was 15 years ago.
That T page is crazy, but
Yeah,
yeah.
but or the T app or whatever the hell it is. According to the T app, I'm still married, but that was 15 years ago. They I know now I could have did better in my marriage. I know I could have saved my marriage. I could have did so. When I say when I if that happens again, I know where I'm gonna go first. It's not. I don't have to. There's no trials and tribulations because I've grown over time about the things that I've done in relationships, even as far as when it goes to the small things that women like. They say they like and they want to. Women always want to make you the man that they want you to be.
Right. Instead of the man that you are.
hmm So you can do nice things for them, but sometimes you fall short and you gotta tell her. This is where I be trying to in a relationship. I be trying to tell her, like, you gotta give me some grace. I'm trying to be the man that you want me to be because I'm still the man I am, but I can be better. I'm not a stupid person that just don't want to learn. But then if I'm not, and it's the small things. Like you do the big things. I can cook, I can clean. I can take care of the kids when you're not around. These are things that you ain't. This your first kid, so the kid thing you gonna have to work on. You gonna be new to
Yeah,
that.
facts,
It's
facts,
it's
facts.
it's a whole thing. It's a whole situation. But the
I'll
thing
email
is,
you pictures of the baby shower and stuff, but go ahead.
oh yeah, man, hey, and send me a registry. I got you. And
No, I ain't worried about that. You
oh no,
cool.
it's
But yeah.
all good. I don't mind. Shit, I love giving gifts. But cause a baby is a blessing, and you gonna need them extra diapers. Trust me.
Oh man, listen. I've been trying. I'm trying to find hiding places for the diapers we got. Cause my woman, and see, this is why I ain't wanting to go down this road. I wanted to let you get your issue off. You know what I'm saying? Your thought off before we get. Cause man, I'm Millie Mooned out, Slim. I
Oh,
don't know
those
if
the
you know
good
about
ones.
them diapers.
Those the good
Yeah,
ones.
yeah. Man, I'm
Ooh,
Millie Mooned out over here, Slim. Like
yeah,
I'm finding hiding places to put them joints.
yeah, those are good ones. Shout out to
Yeah.
Millie Moon if y'all don't
Fortunately, we
know.
got fortunately we got a loving. Both sides are loving. You feel me? And
Yeah.
the baby shower was. I'll send you the picture. You'll see.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Send me a picture. But yeah, man.
But getting back to what you were talking about, like in regards to, so when I say the man that I am, I'm not. It's not that I'm not trying to learn. For me, first and foremost, would change my life and would save me was the scriptures. To be honest with
hmm
you, was the Bible and looking at the strong men in the scriptures. Um, Not to mention, and this might offend some folks, and I pray it does not, but to know that our lineage goes back that far. Um, and our forefathers fell because they wanted to go do their own things versus following the law, statutes, and commandments. That changed my life.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because like the, a lot of people like to say, well, the Old Testament dead. All right, that's fine. But there are rules and regulations that was established in the Old Testament that if we follow, our lives will be totally different. Yes, Christ came and sacrificed himself for us,
hmm
but a lot of people don't recognize that the New Testament wasn't written when Christ was walking. Everything Christ was teaching was the Old Testament. And I'm not about to go on no biblical rant. I'm just saying that what I understand, according to the scriptures, law, statutes, and commandments, following those law, statutes, and commandments, even though we are under grace, all praise to the Most High for that. But yeah, learning those things, man, if we follow those as a culture,
Yeah.
because to me, as a people, we don't have culture. We made up our culture based off of what we had to deal with. We had a culture before that. And so what I'm teaching in my household, when I got with my woman, I let her know where I was in my walk, in my journey in life, and she was down with it. So now I'm teaching her daughter those things, and cohesiveness is coming together. And a lot of things that used to be an issue are not an issue anymore. And it's not that I want to be in control or in power. You dig what I'm saying? But I have an obligation and responsibility to care for my household. So if I'm upset about something because things aren't done right, I'm going to communicate that properly versus yelling and screaming. Man, I'm not arguing with a woman, point blank, period. Same way I'm talking to you is the same way while she's screaming and all that. Yeah, all right, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't about to get my blood pressure up. I'm too old for that. You ain't about to give me a heart attack trying to fuss back and forth with you, and then you switch the subject, and then now we going in a round circle. Hell no. I'm not doing that, man. We're going to stick to the point. We're going to figure out the issue, and then we're going to move forward. If
Bro,
that ain't the case and that's not what you want to do, I ain't rocking with you.
I hate arguing, and I like to get to a point where it's just like when I'm not an argument, but if we have a disagreement, and I say, okay, well, tell me what it is that's getting you, and they say it, and sometimes if I have to say what I have to say, then I'll say it, and I'll be like, okay, I'm saying what I gotta say, and then you
And
can
that's
just,
it.
or you can rebut it, but I'm not going back and forth, because if we can't come to a common ground and understand we just got to tap to the core of what the issue is. We don't have to go back
Right.
and forth. So I hate, that's why I hate arguing, and then sometimes that argument continues to linger on into it. You started the argument here, and then you mention something else just on a whim, like, okay, well, if this is that way, and then now you got a whole other argument. Now you bringing up all the stuff in your damn relationship, and you be like, damn, we was just arguing about mac and cheese and or green beans, but now here we
Yep.
are, ready to throw blows.
No, I'm
But
with you. And
so
that's what I mean by that whole dossier when I was talking about earlier, the communication. That whole dossier that somebody will sit there and write down, and it's a whole list of issues they already got a problem with, and then once you have a major or they have a major blowout, then now you're hearing about a whole list of topics when, like you said, we were just talking about mac and cheese. How we get there?
mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So that's why for me, communication, and that's why the scriptures say, man, quick to listen, slow to speak. If you sit and listen to a person and you listen with intent versus listen to respond, communication goes a whole lot easier. And as men, I believe that we should be that example of quick to listen, slow to speak, and we can de-escalate the conversation versus, oh, I'm going to yell loud because I'm a man and I'm going to poke my chest out and then all this other bullshit. Nah, you lead by example, Slim. And if that's the right one, she'll follow you.
Absolutely.
She'll follow you.
I just said, if a woman love you enough, she gonna deal
Yep,
with it, or she gonna fix it, or she gonna figure out a way. And especially if you lead her in the right way. If she love you
exactly.
enough, but sometimes I don't know I don't know what be going on. But yeah, that's why I said like
I ain't going to hold you up.
but
Nah, go ahead, bro.
I appreciate you calling in. I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. I appreciate. See, this is what people don't hear. They always see me with my bull crap on here, and it's a lot. We got a lot of women followers, but they don't really think that I really be on some shit. So it's good to.
Nah, no. See, if they not paying attention because you tell, like, all right, you create jokes and stuff like that, but you tell them now if they can't decipher between the two, that ain't your fault. But or however, you say some real shit and then you'll throw a joke in there, and that might throw them off. Nah, man, I see all that shit.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's why I rock with you. You feel me? That's why I rock with you. So, you know what I mean? Like, if we can have more open conversations like this as men, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because to me, I believe that the pillar of the household is the man. And if we don't have men, then our society is fucked up. And just look outside. It's fucked up already.
Yeah. Definitely,
But
man.
that's just me.
Man, thank you for tuning in, man. I thank you for calling in. I appreciate this. I love to hear from other people, and I think the everyday people love to hear from other people. And man, continue to tune in. We're gonna keep it lit. Make sure y'all check us out
Yes, sir.
tomorrow. We got new videos dropping. We're going live again tomorrow night. So everyday people, man, y'all holler at y'all later. Appreciate you, brother.
All right, man. You be easy.
All right, you too. Later.